Hey everybody, it's Chuck Marone with Strong Towns. I am on State Street in Springfield, Massachusetts. I'm at the Central Library, walking down the steps right now. And for those of you that don't know why that's important, hang with till the end of this video, and I'll tell you why it's important. I was here in Springfield in December of 2013. They brought me out, a group of people brought me out to this place and showed me this library and State Street itself. State Street had recently been reconstructed. It had been rebuilt with a federal grant, right? The design was meant to reduce congestion, speed up traffic flow, make things, work better from a transportation standpoint. This is in the core of downtown Springfield. It's in the heart of the city. There's lots of people biking, lots of people walking. This is the third time I've done this video and I've gotten interrupted the prior two times by people who came up to me and wanted to talk to me about things. Someone wanted to know, where'd you get that video camera? That's really great. This is a street that has been the subject of many, many things at Strong Towns. When I was here in December 2013, came out here, and they showed me how the design had made things more dangerous, how the design had actually gone the opposite of what people would normally walk, what people would normally use this street for. It had essentially made it more dangerous to cross. That night, at a little after 9 o'clock, a mom with a daughter and her niece left the library, crossed the street, and were struck with a little girl killed here in Springfield. It was really, emotional. It was hard for me. I had just been there that day. I knew people were very concerned about that exact spot. And there are lots and lots of kids that die in car crashes every year. This little girl was the age of my daughter who's a senior in high school today. So that's how old this girl would be if she hadn't died that night. Subsequent to this, we spent a lot of time at Strong Towns kind of dissecting what happened and prompting the city to do things differently. The city has done nothing. And in the time that they've done nothing, there have been 2 additional people killed in the exact same spot, in the exact same way. This is deeply frustrating. Everyone knows it needs to change. Everyone knows that there's a big problem. Everyone knows that something needs to be done. But it's, in a sense, bureaucratic inertia. I'm going to say it is the worst impulses of the traffic engineering profession kind of mixed with just bureaucratic inertia that prevents this from happening. Now, I just walked in a little over 3 minutes and 15 seconds. I just walked the walk that the city said Sagrario Gonzalez was supposed to have walked that night. I went from over there at the front of the library to here, the parking lot for the library. There used to be a crossing right here. And you'll see it's a very natural thing. You come out of the building, the parking lot's right across the street. And what you see is that all day long, people cross right here. It's the most logical spot. In December, when this tragic crash happened, it was raining, it was dark, it was late at night, it was December, so it was cold. Sagrario had 2 kids in tow. And so what they did, which is what a lot of people do, and what 2 other people have done subsequent and died, is they walked directly across the street. They were struck by a vehicle and killed. What we expect them to do instead is to take 3 minutes and 20 seconds in the rain, and I actually hit the light right away, I didn't really have to wait, walk down to that signal, or across, come back, and up here. I want to point out one thing, because you may say, well, Chuck, that's what they should have done. That's what they should have done. That would have been way safer. She would be alive right now had they done that. Okay, maybe, perhaps. But I want to point this out. Nowhere in traffic engineering is it acceptable for us to put 3-minute 20 delays on people. We spend billions and billions of dollars to save people seconds on their commutes, right? A 40-minute commute, if we can cut that down by 15 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, we can justify spending billions of dollars. We are ambivalent to the struggle of people walking. We don't calculate the math in the same way. We are completely, ambivalent, I think is the best word. We do not care at all the types of burdens we place on people who are walking. And the worst part about this is when they do the logical thing, right? When they do the obvious human thing and walk from the front door to their car in the shortest possible route because it's raining, because it's cold, because it's late at night, because you've got kids that you're bringing along with you, you need to get home. We call that person reckless. We blame them for what happens next. Instead of doing what we do for automobile drivers, which is to recognize that people use the system in a certain way, and we design for that. How many more people are going to die on State Street before it gets fixed? How many more people are going to die in this spot before we recognize that we're not designing for the people we wish we had, we're designing for the people we actually have?